All right, welcome newbies to session 30. So that we've got some big switches in this one. We see Jeff, who plays JonYoo, is going to be stepping back into the production role, which is really awesome. He's got some really good ideas for how we can make the stream look a lot better and spruce it up and give it some production value. So he is going to step back from the play table for a little while and run that role, which is exciting and honestly one of my a dream come true, more or less, having somebody who actually wants to sit back there and do the producing piece until we can find somebody regular who wants to do that, which is pretty awesome. Which means David or Hurey is going to be coming back into the mix, and that's kind of where this session picks up. So we had a special guest last session, or a guest. Not to say you're not special, Phil. But he was playing a character named Oboron, and he was unable to make it to this session, and so I just kind of use Oboron as the driving force to keep the session on rails and do a little bit of guiding. Which brings me to another point that a buddy and I had a conversation yesterday about how linear the story needs to be or structured or whatever, which I'm going to go into on a different video. But now that we have good sounding audio in here, I think it's time that we do start making a little bit more content. So I'm excited for that, and it's going to be decent quality content. As I said a couple videos ago, we have reached that stage where we are top shelf basement quality, and so now this is where I envisioned the starting point being 2 years ago. So it took a long time to get here, but I was also on a hobbyist timeline. But anyway, so big changes coming in this, well, not big changes, but changes coming in this session, and hopefully down the road we're going to see some pretty dramatic production enhancements also. So enjoy as we work Hurey back into this session, and we see what's going on with what he's been doing in the village of Claycombe with Liska and Kelobar. And so, yeah, enjoy, and thanks for watching.
I got the Newbs logo up.
All right. All right.
Is our Newbs showing?
These our noobs are out. All right, so session 30, the disappearing of JonYoo. So the crew finds themselves in the thicket of knuckles of trees. No time to lick their wounds, as gauging by the howls, that giant wolf is circling their position, waiting to strike. JonYoo finds something on the ground. It's a scrap of leather. He looks it over. He smells it. Yes, this was LuneSpin's collar. He looks at his friends and whispers under his breath, "Good luck, my friends. I will contact you when I can." Then he yells to them while situating his pack and gear, "Run south! I'll lead the wolf away!" And he runs out of the calm of the thicket and into the storm, heading towards the most recent howl.
Fire!
He's dead.
So, Oboron, taking JonYoo at his word, turns south and is ready to run and tells you guys, "Let's go." Well, not you yet.
Who am I?
Right? Who are you? Who's this guy?
And JonYoo ran after LuneSpin.
And JonYoo is, you'd have no idea. JonYoo just took off.
Bolted.
My father could have bought him another panther. sorry, JonYoo. He's not here.
Right? He's not here to hear you.
My
So-
father could have bought him.
All right, so
Come
Oberon's
back here,
ready to
I give
go.
you a
He
sick
says,
burn.
he told us, let's go. Let's get out of here. So what do you guys want to do?
GTFO?
He don't know. He not with you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Am I with him?
Yes.
I would say so.
We would say you caught back up, and we'll say June is with you guys also.
Sweet.
So most of the
What
crew
up?
is back together. You came out of the underground
Butthole.
throne. Right.
The paladin.
We need a counter.
Yeah, right.
I gotta get him out.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get him out.
You come out of the throne and you hear the battle going, and you get to the thicket of trees right as they're sitting there. So you just go right past you lose the wolf in the snow, don't see it, you just head towards the noise and run into them in the knuckle of trees.
What up, dudes?
There's a wolf out there.
Well, let's go kill it.
Almost destroyed us.
That's true. Well, I don't know.
Should we go find
We
JonYoo?
were doing some pretty good stuff to it, actually, towards the end of it.
Let's go find JonYoo and try to integrate him into the story as much as possible.
That wolf, yeah, we got
So-
some pretty good hits on him.
Oboron says, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. That wolf's not going to stay distracted forever.
Who's this guy?
I pull the reins of my pony or horse and I follow him. I start going with him.
With
I
Oboron?
hop on.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
on his horse.
Oboron. All right.
All right, well, yeah. Wait, is Badonkadonk not with us anymore? I forgot.
I think it's still there. I put it in another dimension so it wouldn't die from blizzard shock.
I thought it fell off of a bridge.
No, that's a different universe, my friend.
That is true.
I've got.
Sorry.
Wasn't that? No, never mind.
Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go follow O'Brien.
So Oboron leads you south and gets you moving. You guys are trucking. Now I can look on here and I can see how fast you guys can travel. I can finally use it. And so you get out of the storm. You're able to get away.
I like the look of that.
You see once the storm dies down, you get south far enough away from you get out of the storm, and the sky starts to clear up. I mean, you look around and you see if you can see JonYoo anywhere, but there's no sign. And it's bright now, and so you've got kind of that snow blindness going on. And it takes you a while. It takes you a couple of days to get back, but Oboron leads you in a familiar direction. And he tells you he's got friends in an orc village south of here, the village of Claycombe. And so he
Snob Hill.
over the course of a couple of days, you make your way there. So over this time, you're going to have a long rest. So go ahead and make that adjustment.
What's the name of the orc town?
Claycombe? I think that was right? Isn't
That's
that where
right.
Kelobar was
Yep,
from?
That's where Kelobar is from.
So. And we got the armor. And really now our only direct objective, I imagine, would be to complete this section of the quest, I imagine?
It would be if you want to bring the breastplate back to that person, or if you want to keep it. That is the decision that you guys need to make.
Yeah.
We're keeping it. Ekrub's armor class is 20 now, so.
Your father could buy you a present.
Damn it.
Right?
Where'd that voice come
Right?
Okay. I vote to keep it.
Yeah. That's what you guys need to decide.
What do you guys think?
Ekrub just hears this.
Are you guys okay with pissing some people off?
Well, I'm trying to. I know we went over this a little bit ago, too. But what's the circumstance if we don't meet their requirements? They're just going to tell on us or something like that.
I can chime in. Can I chime on this? Because I was there for that. Damn it.
I guess
You're
let's
not with
go
us.
into
Well,
Claycombe a little
no.
bit more.
Let's talk
Make
about
a
this.
concentration check and also include your intelligence
Here's what I
modifier.
was thinking.
We can continue this conversation once someday when we find Hurey.
Concentration?
While he's doing that,
Well, yes, that constitution check.
Oh, Constitution.
Well, concentration is constitution, I think.
What's a quick summary of what I missed? Because I am obviously a little lost. I was hanging out in the depths too long. So what
We
happened?
might potentially look for other members of our party, and then we can all do a big group together.
Oh, okay.
Get everybody open. That's
Okay.
what I'm gonna try and do at the moment. I'm
Okay.
like, hey.
You're saying let's get everybody together and
I
then do a powwow?
Yeah, I sense a familiar presence in the back of my mind. I haven't cast magic yet, but I imagine they're almost close to us. I can't. I rolled an 18 on my Constitution.
Okay.
Did you
So you rolled a natty 18 or 18 plus your modifier?
16 plus 2.
Okay, so that's plus Constitution plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh, plus my intelligence.
Yes.
Oh, so that'd be 20 more.
Okay. So you think back to that conversation and you hear Hurey's voice in your head. All right, what'd you want to tell him?
He's like, yes.
Oh, I was gonna wonder if we could like make or find like a forgery of the breastplate,
Oh, yeah.
and then try and pass him off a fake one.
That's weird.
That's
Why
a-
did I just get a voice about the armor from Hurey?
What did he say?
It kind of perplexes me. He said he wanted to do something to a bot.
I knew something was coming. Cha-ching! Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I do. I cast locate object. I remember a valued possession of Hurry's, and I focus on that. I concentrate on it in my mind, and I see if it's anywhere within 1,000 feet of me.
Hurry at this moment?
Yes, at this moment in the town of Claycombe.
Oh, well,
Hearing his voice. Is
so
jogging
as
memory.
you are, well,
or is that a little bit?
well,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily premature. I mean, you're excited. You want
Premature
to,
You just heard his voice.
Happens
Like,
to
right?
me, man.
Yeah.
and
just heard his
so
You
are
guys
you,
assume I'm still there, living the good life. I mean,
right? Are you walking right now, or are you on the cart? You don't have the cart. There was no cart.
I just got Badonkadonk.
Just are you riding? Yes, we'll say
No,
you
I'm not
are.
riding because Badonkadonk is loaded with a ton of gold.
Ah, that's
That's
right.
right.
Gold.
He be weighed
You're
down.
fucking rich. Yeah, we could pay a blacksmith to forge this breastplate.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost exactly what Hurry said in his mind.
That's weird that you say that.
Yeah.
Because I've
Um,
heard a sound in my mind that sounds like the voice of her. Is he, can I do the spell?
So concentration, you'd have to concentrate to do that.
Yes, that is correct.
I mean, you can if you want to stop the group and concentrate really quickly. You can do that. As you're doing that, Oboron, this is where Oboron says, "Welcome to the village. I've got a few things I need to do," and he kind of bugs out and leaves the four of you, minus Hurry. June is the fourth, to go about your ritual, and you guys, as you were approaching here, you told Oboron that you'd been here before. You actually know where you're going, and so he's not really worried about leaving you guys to yourselves. So you concentrate, and so you get a bead on after 5-10 minutes. You get a bead, and yes, Hurry is definitely close. And he's pretty much directly ahead of you in the center of town. There's a large central, community building or like a big tribal building in the middle of town, and that's where you feel his presence.
My dear friends, I do believe an old acquaintance of ours lies somewhere within the heart of this town.
Who's that?
The famous, the infamous, the destroyer, the controller, the great Hurry the barbarian.
it's getting a little Apollo Creed. How many names you got?
Who is this Hurry you speak of? That does not ring a bell.
I do not know this guy.
I guess I will have to see. Okay.
All right. So you want to head towards the building?
Can I roll for sarcasm?
Yes. Make a sarcasm check.
Akrub is not being sarcastic. Okay?
He 100% doesn't. He's got the memory of a goldfish.
I figure it's all the concussions.
Well, maybe that could be why. He does not remember Hurry.
Either that or he's just,
Very self-absorbed.
yeah.
You right?
Yeah.
Could be.
You don't pay
Yeah,
attention to
right.
peasants.
Oh, Akrub's such a dick.
He is a dick, isn't he?
All right. So do you want to head towards the building?
What kind of building is it? Sorry.
It's just a large communal building in the middle of town.
Okay, perfect.
And I stand close to my horse while I'm walking into town, and I start eyeballing everybody just in case they get
So as you're walking
a
through
glimmer or
town,
anything like that.
make a, let's see here, there's none of that. So as you're walking through town, there's not anybody really around.
Okay.
And as you approach the communal building, you notice there's a little bit more. You hear voices, and then as you enter, there is a heated debate taking place. Hurey, Liska, and a few others are on one side. Another group stands on the other side of the chamber. Both groups are addressing the Elder Council. So as you walk in, anybody who wants to look around, make a perception check.
They're in there now?
They are in there now.
Would I maybe notice them with my passive perception, or am I very involved in this
You are
conversation?
involved in this
Very
conversation.
involved in this conversation. Okay.
I perceived a 5. I'm looking at my pony.
13.
That's what I got. Was a 13.
You both got 13s?
Yep.
So Ruiz is still recovering from the concentrating of finding Hurry. He's excited to see his buddy, even though he doesn't show it very well. And you two look around the room and the audience, and what you are not noticing is Kelobar. Kelobar is nowhere around. And so you see Liska, his sister, but Kelobar seems to be absent from this conversation. And there's a lot of people. I mean, it's a big room. There's probably 75, 80 people in here, and most of them are just watching the argument take place or the debate take place. And then you've got, so let's see here.
Kelobar was with us when we came in. This is what you're saying?
Kelobar lives here. This is Kelobar's village as well.
Okay.
Kind of weird. Kelobar's not here, huh?
And he's the one that we saved. His wife or his daughter?
Yeah,
Yes.
his wife was
His
a
sister.
Can
Was
I?
a werewolf.
Oh, his sister
Okay.
was a
Can I
werewolf.
chime in like real fast if they can overhear me? Like,
Yeah.
okay. We must go before it's too late. We must find the lost. We need to get going. We cannot just stand around.
Sir, why are you being so loud? Who are you?
He's so dreamy when he yells.
So, Warden of the Walls, Fen Ilar, is throwing back his counterpoint. Just because you send more orcs out into this storm and away from the walls does not mean they are going to come back. It does not mean you're going to bring back anybody. But what it does guarantee is it depletes this village of needed bodies against the gnolls that have somehow or for some reason targeted our village for their hunting grounds throughout this winter.
That was a counter paragraph.
Then I will go alone, for I must find Kelobar.
You have it your way, newcomer.
Oh, I'm a newcomer still. Even after contributing a baby to this community? There you go. I put my hand on Liska's stomach. This is a huge announcement, people. Oh, the crowd gasps.
The crowd gasps, and then murmuring is all about. So everybody else make it. Well, you three, if you make intelligence checks.
Are they inside the hall?
What's that?
Are they inside the hall?
Yes, they are inside the hall.
I'm still outside. I'm not going to make a check. I'm guarding my horse.
Oh, you're staying outside?
That is correct.
Gotcha. Okay, so you two make intelligence checks.
Nat 20 plus 1, so 20.
Man, you're
Nice.
Damn.
So
That's
you
the
start
glasses.
putting 2 and 2 together, and you're starting to realize you guys have been away for just about a month, and
What's my intelligence modifier?
so first you realize, damn, Hurry got busy quick, and
Honeymoon phase.
right. But what is more concerning is that within the next 2 days is going to be the next full moon. So Liska is not going with you. She's going to the hotel. And I've been trying to think of what a fun name for that
What is
place
it?
would be. The Howltel? That one's lame, but I'm just
she
trying
was
to think
the
of a
sister,
fun name.
or she was
Wolf.
Liska is Kelobar's sister.
Just simple.
And she is now
Just do
pregnant
Hurry,
with
that
Hurry's
dirty
child.
dog.
Right?
Man, that's
I
gonna make
still don't
a-
remember who this guy
That's
is.
gonna make a banger. You just wait until that song comes out. Everybody's gonna.
We
remember
technically
his
haven't-
infidelity.
We technically
His
haven't like
Liska's.
met her yet. We just seen him talking from a distance, right?
You haven't, no, you guys haven't, you are still at the back of the crowd.
Yeah, we just seen him yelling
Yep.
up there.
And so
Let him
Fen
go
yells.
alone!
Fen continues to yell at you and say, that is fine. If you want to go by yourself, you go by yourself. We wish you good luck. We can help you with all the gear that you need, but we need as many warriors as we can to guard our walls. And if you can find willing participants to go with you, then that is fine. And the elders kind of sit there and mumble back and forth, and they tend to agree with that idea. If you can put together a party of 2 or 3 to go after and see if you can find these harvesters. So what happened is to fill in the newcomers. So the winter storm hit, and the orchard hadn't been fully harvested yet, and so the orcs wanted to, or the village of Claycombe wanted to harvest as much as they could before the fruit fell off and froze and rotted. They needed to get it before winter, since winter came just a little bit early. That was 3 days ago, and they haven't been back, and they were supposed to be back 2 days ago.
How many of them?
Roughly 10.
Okay.
Isn't winter like nature's refrigerator?
It's
Yes, it is.
not freezing. It's cold, but it's not freezing.
Just being an idiot.
So
Right.
I apologize.
could I do a persuasion check to see if I can appeal to any of the family members of the 10?
Oh, yes.
14.
14. There is a couple in the back. Well, there's a mom in the back whose husband and 2 kids went out to do the harvest, and
Okay.
kind of a fun thing. And so she
She's very
raises her hand and steps to the front and says, "I'll go with you."
How old is
and,
she?
Um,
Like she's able and everything?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Put my hand on her shoulder. Thank you.
We'll
Thank
call her.
Thank you. We'll come again.
Let's see here. We will call her. Oghash.
Ohash. Thank you, Ohash.
Oh, hush.
My family and I will not forget this.
Oghash. They just call her Hashy.
So I'll tell the rest of the crowd, you know where I live. We're leaving. Well, I mean, I'm a citizen now, right? So we're leaving in how long?
Yeah, you got an anchor.
You are
back
leaving as
We are
fast
leaving
as.
as soon as provisions are together. If you wish to come with me, meet me at my house.
Do they have a pub here? do you know? No.
Yes, there will be a pub here.
There will be ale at my house before we leave.
Oh, this guy's giving us free beer.
God, this is great. Oh, Echo.
All right.
You cracked me up. So yes, Oghash goes with you. Call her Hashi. Oghash. And we'll say she's roughly 26, 27. So she's pretty old. Not old, but I mean she's
For an orc.
upper middle age for an orc.
She from Wisconsin? Oh, gosh.
Oh gosh, yeah.
That's her voice now.
Right. Oh gosh.
My brother's name is, oh, jeez.
I live down south in Claycombe.
Father of don't you know.
Just had a baby.
I
It's
made
no boy.
I made a hot dish.
Excuse me.
Here's our dog. Oh.
Well, I'm an orc. I know.
Alright, so
Well, we just
The-
defended our Wisconsin fan.
there's some more murmuring that goes on throughout the tribal, the council meeting. And eventually, Hurey and Oghash turn and walk away, and that's when you notice your
You're outside.
yep,
two
you
are
notice
inside.
Raziel and Ekrub
Are they-
and June.
Are they like all right next to each other now?
They're standing at the back by the door, yep.
My friends! And I run over and I give you all a big old bear hug. Cause 1 HP damage to each of you. I'm that excited.
Ekrub looks at Raziel. What's this guy doing?
Don't mind him. I think he hit his head a few times. I'm even with it, so.
Oh,
not for
I
sure what I
remember
missed.
him.
Hurry is especially excited to see Raziel. He picks him up and gives him a squeeze.
I'll actually do the HP thing.
You know.
Ow, my back.
I adjust your back accidentally.
HP stands for hug points, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
hug points.
Aw, hug points.
I'm at 39 hit points.
I deal
Thanks,
20
bud.
points of hug point damage.
I hugged the shit.
Critical hug.
I hug the shit out of it.
Hug shot.
So, what's the haps, my guy? Sounded pretty intense in there.
Terrible news. A group of harvesters went out.
Triple
and-
news, I have a baby.
Well, we'll get around to that. More immediate problems.
Oh, okay.
A group of harvesters went out and were lost in the storm. The council is hesitant to send more to find them, but one of them is Kelobar, so I feel I must.
How much you paying?
The-
I'm not there. I'm sorry, I'm still outside.
oh yeah, you're outside. Okay, so these guys, I tell these guys. Would you lend a
Oh, it's
hand?
such a
I
Standing
know
outside,
your
dollar
bravery
signs,
and
like,
valor would
appear
go a
in my
long
mind.
way in finding these lost orcs.
I'm in.
Sure.
Another chance to ride with Hurey again.
It will be epic, my friend.
All right. So
Will there
you
be
Walk
any
outside.
free wine or like air conditioning?
air conditioning is winter.
Okay.
We will bring plenty of provisions, don't you
Okay.
worry. I've been brewing a fine winter ale, which is almost ready. We will keg it up and take it with us.
Interesting. Okay.
So you merrily put your arms around your friends and leave the hall and head back to your place. There's at least a spot of good news in this tragedy. You're telling them as you go back to your place to pack up provisions and head out. So if you want to, once you get outside, you see Ruis.
Ah,
My old friend, you're looking well.
You're looking the same.
You need to take some weight off that donkey. He
Yeah.
looks in poor shape.
Do you know where there's an ATM at?
You can store whatever you need to at my house.
Oh well, that's nice of them.
So who's gonna be at your house when you're not there?
Liska, who is now full of my child and nearing her
Full of my child.
transformation cycle, plans to stay behind. I'm certain a hormonal werewolf will be a fine guard for all your gold. Haha, I say that kind of away from Liska.
What's her AC? What's her AC?
Liska's?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't remember.
Like 40.
She does not. She doesn't hear you. She's talking.
Okay.
She's talking to Ogosh.
What happens?
Can
when
I say we? Okay,
she
is there any chance we've
transforms?
since fortified
Oh,
a room in our house so she doesn't have to go back to the big
Like on
thing?
full moon? Like,
Or
turns
is she
into a
still
wolf, what does
going
that
back to that? Because in that case, I'm lying.
So
You're good. So it's quite. Jesus, tight squeeze over here.
you are respected enough in the community that people don't mess with your house. I mean, after what had happened with was it Hallgreth? Was he the one who built the building the hotel?
Yeah, built the werewolf hotel.
You've earned enough respect
Okay, far out.
within the community
I
that
trust you, sir.
there's enough crime stoppers going on.
But
Yeah,
be
we're all
mindful.
looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking out for each
If a
other.
coin is missing, I will burn the town down. So we have a deal.
We have an understanding then. Top bedroom. Go ahead, fill up the dresser with gold if you wish.
Carry all that gold up the stairs.
Well, I feel the donkey's doing that.
I'm pushing the donkey into the house as far as it can go first, so I don't have to work as much.
And the donkey, while inside, only pisses on the carpet.
Okay, good.
Doesn't actually dump out.
One hug point.
Perhaps the donkey should stay in the courtyard and you can place the gold elsewhere.
I give him like a golden cup of some value.
Oh,
So you just hand Hurry a gold cup?
Yeah, how much
Okay.
gold do I give him?
for ruining the floor at my place?
Right.
For soiling my rug?
Right, right.
To be fair, it
really,
did tie the room
exactly.
Different universe.
Right.
Throw some dawn on it. It's fine.
We'll say it was a 50 gold. I mean, it was
Take
a
it
solid
back.
gold cup.
I take it back and give him a couple coins. like That has quite a bit.
Sorry, I forgot.
That looks that one's a nice one.
Or
Put that-
you
take
look
it back
around,
for a
it's
second.
the house of an orc, and you're like, yeah, I could take a little bit off.
I bought 2 copper pieces.
You'll be right. You'll be happy with this.
I mean, I'm glad to see you.
Yes, I forgot of your generosity, my friend.
Watch your back pocket.
I gotta change.
You see him put back. Well, actually,
I got a
make a
change
perception
jug
check.
that
Or what's your
I-
passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
11. Yeah, make a perception check to see how much you're paying attention.
Pretty attentive, natty 20.
All right. Yes, you definitely notice him. He takes the cup and then looks at it and puts it back and then hands you a couple of gold pieces. You definitely make note of.
I mean, it's just pins.
It's just
I put my hand on his shoulder. Ah, Ruis, never change, my friend.
Well, I can clean this carpet for you for 3 gold.
You got some carpet cleaning spell you can cast?
I'm sure I can find it.
Okay.
You gave him 2 gold and you'd clean it for 3?
Yeah.
Nice. Great deal, great deal.
Take shape of
It's only a
Stanley
buck
Steamer.
then.
You know,
It's only a gold.
I flick them onto my table. You know, that's how confident I am that that's where they'll be when I get back.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Yep, you toss them down on there. You go about packing up your stuff. You guys can have idle chatter if you want. So, quick table talk question. Is Rachel out for the duration now? Should she just stay in Claycombe
say
and hang
so.
out? Okay.
She can help guard the house.
Yeah, she
Liska.
Yep,
Stay
so there we
with-
go. June is going to be hanging out at the house. And
Trust our gold to a thief. Never felt better.
so, is that all June has told you about herself so far? Is just that she's... What do you know about June?
She really
'Cause
hasn't
she is
said
playing
a lot.
her cards
She,
really close to the chest, and I love it.
yeah, we didn't get a lot out of her.
So
if
I
recall.
don't think you know much about June's backstory yet,
It'll be fine.
right?
I got this feeling that we can trust her. It's fine.
So I just noticed June was behind Ekrub, and I'm like, June, I didn't even see you there. So I pick her up as well and give her a hug
And throw her.
and throw her.
She gives you a big old hug right back. And so after you get all your hellos and stuff out, you get down to business. You're packing up what you need to go. You guys are situating your gear. Before you do leave, Warden of the Walls, Fen Ilar, shows up and bids you good hunting and wishes that they could spare the orc power to come and help you, but there's just, with those gnolls that have been circling the area and have been hanging around, it just doesn't seem like they're probing, and we can't leave any weak links in our defenses right now.
We're expecting gnolls.
The village,
village
has been having
The village has
troubles
been
with
having
them,
gnoll problems.
Oh, okay.
So you were outside when they were discussing that, when that was said inside the hall. And so, yeah, I guess Ruis is, yeah, there's gnolls about. We've got a clan so the clans were pushed out of typically they lived further up north and in like a group of knuckles over to the west, but seemingly they were pushed out by that werewolf, and they haven't moved back in yet. And so until they recede and realize that it's safe to go back there, I have a feeling they're going to be harassing these villages around here until...
What about a potential alliance with the enemy?
With the gnolls?
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't whisper. What about a potential alliance with the enemy?
I've never known gnolls to care to make a deal.
I wouldn't find them very... They don't communicate very well.
Yeah. So what's your plan that you potentially
I
have?
might know their god.
Personally?
I probably could get his business number.
That's interesting.
Well, that certainly.
I'll pocket that. I'll pocket that for future reference.
Okay. You made a little mention of it, and we were all like, Okay. He
Right,
knows a
yep.
guy.
Sure,
All right,
he does.
whatever.
Sure, he
Of course he
does.
I know a guy.
I know a guy,
I know a god who knows a god.
right?
Have your people reach out to Mike.
Is there anything specifically we should pack for this mission?
Warm clothes if you got them.
It's gonna be cold.
Your handiest weapon.
Yeah, get everything you need. It's going to be a
What's the terrain like? Mountain pass,
it's plains.
plains?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's plains. It's snow-covered plains.
Okay.
So I
It's just what you've been walking through, only there is a group of trees that these orcs have turned into an orchard. There was a wild cluster of apple trees that, and what are some other good trees on the plains? Apples. Do peaches grow very well on plains, or are those more of a...
you looking for like actual fruit trees or
Well,
just any kind of tree?
I mean, it could be any kind of...
I think oak trees grow pretty well in the plains. or-
Well, I mean, something that would bear...
oh, they're going out to
Food.
get. You can get acorns from
Yeah, sure, true.
pecan trees.
Pecan trees. So yeah, so there's just a cluster of trees that they've cultivated into a
It wouldn't be
into an
pecans,
orchard.
it'd be, yeah, pecans.
Are there any horses that we can borrow? Or can we even take horses out in like blizzard conditions?
The blizzard is over, so now it's just a snow-covered plains, but you don't know how deep the snow is.
But we got like 2 days too, kind of until the next full moon. Is this kind of like
Right,
a
and so
timed event?
Liska is packing up her stuff also, and she's already late getting up to the hotel. And so she is not going with you guys. She is going up to the hotel to ride out the full moon. And so
Outside
that
of
when they
that-
noticed that when he realized that the full moon was only 2 days away, and it takes a day and a half to get there, he realized that this is pushing the time limit. So it must be very important.
Who's Liska?
My wife. Well, yeah.
She went to a hotel? I thought he had a house.
The Werewolf Hotel.
Oh, okay, gotcha. For transformations, so
Yep.
they keep them safe.
Yep. Yep. So she needs to get going up there. So while you guys are packing to go out on this quest, she is getting ready to go and hang out at the hotel for the duration, for the full moon period.
Are we able to like buy stuff from in town or anything like that right now? Before we
What are you looking to buy?
just
Please make it quick. Put it on my tab.
Oh,
There's no
well,
time
in
for
that
negotiating.
case,
We need to be going. Well, let's
Right.
not get crazy here.
in that case,
Like
His
20
eyes, like,
Oh, I'm
lit
sure
up.
I
they
am
did.
looking for just a bit stronger of a bow, if there is.
A bit stronger of a bow.
I have a crossbow +1. It's the green one.
Ah, you're not gonna find that here.
Not
this
here?
is just gonna be a simple bow.
Damn, never mind then.
Yep, you'll find just
I wasn't for
basic,
sure. I was, you know,
that's a
don't
giant-
shoot
no.
or shoot. So.
right? Nope, you're just because you already have a +1.
Your
Yeah.
bow is only green? Oh my god.
What's the expected enemy?
Say what?
What's the expected enemy?
For what?
That
Oh, we're just looking for him.
You're just on a scouting.
we just know
okay.
they're lost.
You're
I
on
don't
basically
think-
search and rescue.
Do what we know about the wolf, right?
The werewolf.
Oh, I thought it was that wolf that attacked them last time that kept like
Yeah.
going invisible and coming back.
That's way
gone,
That's
okay.
further.
Okay,
That's further
right.
north.
Okay, we're going werewolf.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Well,
Not
no.
we
necessarily.
could suspect maybe.
I mean, you definitely. I mean, it would be definitely on the top of your
It's on-
mind
okay.
because what happened? You guys ended up not getting that werewolf, right?
The head werewolf.
Yeah, he ran away.
He didn't run away. He got snatched away
Oh.
by the Chronomage. What's the Chronomage's
put their
name?
hand
How
on his
come I
snatch?
can't remember his name all of a sudden? I need to have those notes handier. I have too many notes to look through.
So
The
Hurey
carnage?
puts on his winter gear, like bigger boots maybe.
Is that a
And,
bear pelt?
And of course I have my
Oh.
my pelt, but maybe I've got like an extra straw layer underneath, so I'm dressed for winter conditions.
Okay.
Are there horses? Can we get horses?
Do you want to?
I mean, the
Did I never find Zark? Zark's long gone, isn't he?
Zark's long gone.
Damn it! All right.
Sarks.
Won't the town
Zark
lend
too.
us some horses from the local stable since we're doing this for them? Like, we're going on a mission for them.
Say these are villagers. They don't really have riding horses. It's mostly
Orcs ride wargs.
Oh.
that's true too, but they have beasts of burden, and so there's more work horses rather than traveling horses, and so they're not going to
Like I
part
said,
with their
shoot or shoot.
traveling horses.
Worst you can say is no.
There's not really a livery, but yeah, wargs would be what orcs would ride.
Is there a warg?
Like a
Rental
warg,
warg?
like a warg livery or something
warg
around.
livery. I don't know if you can
Let's
you
see.
domesticate wargs, or are they just kind of wild?
Well, let's see. They did not. There is not a warg
Enterprise.
livery
Not warg
around.
season.
Good. Those things are disgusting.
Hey, one of my best friends is a warg.
Oh.
Does Liska
So-
hear that?
What's that?
Does Liska hear that?
I heard that. I don't know why she
Yeah,
sounds
right
like
away.
that.
Burn.
Right?
Well, I
Um,
heard that.
You can be friends with whoever you want. His best friend can be a warg. So all right. So you get everything. What did you just wanted to look for the bow? That was it.
Yeah.
All right. So you have your brew, your winter ale or
Can I
whatever
get-
that's.
can I get my winter ale?
Yeah. You also stop by and stop
much of
by
it?
the what's
Like,
it?
how much of it do I have handy? Couple like kegs or?
That's what I was thinking,
Okay,
like a
two small
couple of the
kegs.
yeah. And then you also stop and pick up a larger keg of ale from the local tavern.
Okay.
And then you've also got what water you have, but you're not as concerned about water given how much snow is around, and you'll find water.
Okay.
You need calories if
Was
you
it
are going out.
frozen enough yet for like the streams or little streams to be frozen over? or
No,
is it
no. This was the first
big
storm. Yeah.
Okay. So we still got some fresh water.
Right. Yep.
I'm drinking ale the whole time anyway, so.
Because there's a chance it's going to get warm again,
Do
which
they-
is why
do
they
they
need
have-
to get out here.
Sorry, do they have wine?
They have wine.
Can I get the fanciest one they have and put it on his tab?
He already said he's bringing one. I asked him.
Bring an ale.
Good stuff.
So yes, you get the best bottle of wine in the house. It is, we'll say, it is a 10 gold.
That's it.
A 10 gold. That's wine. I don't know.
we should get
I
10 of
I think
those.
that's pretty expensive
pretty expensive for a bottle of wine.
a bottle of wine.
Someone wanted 10 gold for me.
Right.
Damn.
It is from the vineyards north of Basin View, which are known for they produce the best wine on the continent. And
It's a fine vintage.
It is a fine vintage. So
I'll give
you
you
know
8.
you know your vino.
Give you eight.
I'll give you 8.
On your tab, I'm trying to get you a deal. I'm trying to help you out, okay? Look it out for you, buddy.
I'm haggling on behalf of her.
I'll give it to you for 9.
8. No, 9. I'll take
9.
9. I'll take 9. 9 is good.
9 or it's not going. I'm already dipping.
Give me 2.
Serious?
Yeah.
He gets another one out and hands you the second. That's all I've got.
This one's for my donkey.
Oh, you missed him, didn't you?
I did. I missed all of you.
Right?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right,
But hold.
yes, forward. March.
All right, so you leave the village, headed northeast towards the orchards. The orchards are probably half a day's journey, just because that's where the wild orchard was found. And orcs, respecting the land that they're on, didn't plant trees outside of where they were normally being found. They didn't want to sprout them up in the plains, figuring that trees were already growing there, so the ground has got to be pretty fertile. And so they didn't move them any closer. So you venture that way. You're going to have to camp at least a night.
Okay.
So if you would like to camp.
We travel till dark, though, friends.
And you travel fast.
Okay. And we travel fast.
Will we set up camp?
What's that?
We're setting up camp right now.
And then yes, and then you get to where you're going to set up camp. Everybody is hanging around. Oh gosh, just sits down next to the fire. She builds the fire, and then sits down next to it, and she's eating some of her dried fish, and just kind of waiting for you guys to settle in as well.
Okay.
Table talk. Okay. Oh gosh, was who again?
That was the
That's not his wife.
The orc.
No.
That's the orc villager who's helping.
volunteer.
Okay, that's
yeah,
right.
she volunteered in the hall.
Her children are somewhere with the lost orcs. So
Okay, thank you.
My husband and children were on the harvest party.
and we shall find them. Oh gosh.
I certainly hope so.
They were on the harvest party?
Yes.
Please be
Oh,
able to find
darn.
parts of them. You know, how hard can it be?
Perhaps you should sit over there.
Your empathy is noted, Paladin.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's
You
the brother.
definitely seem like you come from the cities.
Oh, so you've seen me. You've heard of me then.
I've heard of your kind. You're not the first city folk we've come across out here.
You hear that? She's heard of me.
City folk always find their arrogant way out here to our beautiful plains.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Thank you.
Hug point.
Hug point. All right.
All right, you have nothing left to discuss. You just want to eat, call it a night.
I shall take first watch if that is all right with everyone.
Oh gosh, is all right with that. She retires to her bedroll. She rolls it out next to the fire.
Okay.
I tucked my horse in next to the fire as well too.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Play it as it lies.
I thought you left the donkey.
No, I just unloaded it. I can't leave it behind. I love him.
All right, so you've got first
big old
watch. Nothing exciting happens during the first watch. You want to wake somebody up? Did somebody take a second watch?
I feel like I got one more in me.
Got another watch. in you?
Another lap around. Yeah.
Okay. You hear something off in the distance crunching in the snow.
Can I tell how far?
Make a perception check. 11. It is not. It's something that is trying to be quiet, and you can hear it. You know how you can hear in that soft snow, you can kind of hear the little crunch. So you know it's pretty close. It's within probably 25, 30 feet.
So right up on me. Okay.
It's crunchy.
And so you are nestled into a little nook of trees.
So if where would I be and where would camp be?
Yes.
Like how many feet away are we thinking?
So we'll call this camp. Everybody's kind of laying around it. And you are, since the trees are over there, you're kind of just meandering out on the edges.
Okay.
And so we'll say you are in this region over here when you hear the noise.
So would we be able to hear him?
What's that?
Would we be able to hear him? From where?
If he yells, you'd be able to hear him for sure.
If I am actually behind this thing, can I try to climb up here?
Sure. Yep. You make a athletics acrobatics check.
I think so. Half orc.
20, not natural.
20. Okay, you easily, you get up there quickly, and kind of look around. You hear it. It's going to be coming around this crook of trees any moment now. So you kind of hunker down and get ready to see what it is.
Can I light a torch and throw it at it?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to light a torch and throw it at
I
it.
want to light a torch and throw it in the direction of the sound that I hear.
Okay.
The direction of it.
Okay. So you throw it and you see in the shadow as it's flipping, you see like a rabbit scurry away. It's a rather large rabbit, and you swear it's got like little antlers on it as it scampers away into the darkness. So that's all it was.
Okay.
It was just that big old jackalope.
Watcher.
Magic missile.
Keep an eye on us, my friend. I will climb down the front of this and move towards camp.
Can I say that I overheard this little interaction? Like, I'm sleeping, but like I rolled over just right, and I was like, what's he doing over there? And I heard this, and now I'm like, song idea.
And so yes, you see him as he's coming back from camp, or coming back from watch. He makes his way back to camp, and you wake up as he's getting there.
He just hears me, pussy. I guess that means I'm next on watch. So.
Raziel, since you're awake, I need to catch some Z's. Will you keep an eye on things, my friend?
I suppose.
So
I won't. I'm not scared of no
Put my
jackalope.
bedroll out.
All right. You two swap spots, and Raziel takes watch. I imagine he sits down. Do you have a loot yet?
I have a loot.
A
not
loot,
the one
not
I'm
the
looking for,
loot.
though. Yep.
All right, so you sit down and you are plucking on your loot, just a nice little tune, and the rest of the night is uneventful.
Sweet. I wrote the new song, Hurey, Scared of a Jackalope.
I'm scared of it.
So you wake up the next day, and you pack up camp. By midday, you are to the fort, or you're to the orchard. When you get to the orchard, what would you like to do once you arrive at the orchard? You have not been you haven't been here yet. Oh gosh has been here, so the first thing that she does is leads you to where they would typically camp. And that's kind of on the southern end of the orchard. And when you get there, when you start to approach, she kind of lets out an audible gasp and runs over to the campsite. It is in shambles.
I will follow her.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's midday.
Okay.
Is it just him that's mainly with her, or are we all there?
You
kind
all
of investigating?
well, it depends. Are you? She's running over there. It's probably 100 feet away from you guys right now.
I run. With
I was
them
gonna.
as well, too.
Can I do like an like while they're doing that? Like, okay, they're checking that out. I'm just checking kind of some other spots to be like, is there anything obvious? Just kind of an obvious check, like, there's something on that tree. You know,
Okay, so
I don't
you're
know what
checking
I'm
the
looking
perimeter,
for.
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can check the perimeter while they run into the camp
Okay.
and find it disheveled. So anybody who wants to look around, go ahead and make an investigation check.
There you are. Oof. Can I try again? 6.
Oof.
Yeah.
17.
17. Oof. 12.
Yeah.
And Ruiz isn't investigating.
I'm running or I'm following the person who's running.
Okay.
I guess I'm looking as I'm running then.
I'm not
Okay.
looking.
All right. So you looking around the camp. You get to camp, and there are the wagons are turned over. There's baskets that are ripped apart and shredded. And as you look a little closer, you see like 4 or 5 bodies laying around, and oh gosh runs right over to one and turns it over, and it's her husband. And so her husband is
Face off.
I was just gonna say, found one.
and so she is immediately distraught and
Oh gosh.
starts freaking out. Where are my kids? Where are my kids? I want my kids back. Seems to be a theme, right? My kids. So she starts
jeez.
kind of hyperventilating and getting worked up and wanting to find her kids. You wander around and see a couple of other bodies. Make an investigation. You would know. You recognize one of them, and you're approaching it slowly. You recognize it looks like what Kelobar was wearing when he left, and you walk over and turn over one of the bodies, and it's Kelobar, and he's been just completely torn to shreds, and like his throat has been ripped out, like Swayze style, and
God, Swayze.
right, and
Can we
Yes.
kind of inspect the wound? Does it look like bite marks or claw marks or something like that?
yep, you can inspect.
Ekram
You,
just goes up to the bodies and he's gonna be sick. And he just says, "Oh gosh." One more time. And then he's got it out of the system, okay?
Nice.
I got a 15 on the investigation of the neck wound.
Okay. Well, you investigate. You kind of quickly look over all of the wounds. The one on the neck and on the throat specifically was a claw,
Okay.
and it looks like it was just grabbed and just ripped clean out. And then there are bite marks and other slash marks all over his body. But what's laying next to him are several. I mean, for as many orcs as there are laying dead here, there are twice as many gnolls that
I
are
cast
littered around the ground.
elevated sight directly above me.
Okay.
What's the weather like? Overcast?
No, it's nice.
Clouds?
It's
Okay.
While he's doing that, can I cast Speak with Plants to ask them what happened here?
okay.
Concentration.
Yeah.
Yours is
Yeah, I'm just 120 feet up.
Yep. So you
Looking
send up
down
your
on
your eye, and you start going over to the plants, and you start caressing a tree. And you give it
I
many
said
hug
speak
points.
with plants.
Oh.
not caressing. Wow.
Not sexually assault.
Damn, girl,
While
check
he's
out that
concentrating
park.
on the plant, can I see is there
What happened here?
is there a keepsake or some kind of like something I can take from Kelobar to give to Liska, like a
His head.
jewelry, not his head, thank you, an ear,
Too soon, my friend.
you know, anything that he's got that I can take to.
We could probably make a little, what are those things called?
Sled.
Oh, a sledge and
Yeah, put
take
it on
them
my
back.
horse.
Yeah, I didn't think about taking.
I mean,
them
we're
back.
gonna leave the rest of the bodies there, but
All right,
food.
I will close his eyes.
Okay.
I will return for you, my brother.
Before we sled him away, I want to do an investigation check around the area, check for like any animal footprints. Like I want to see what was in this area that killed all these people.
Okay.
There's got to be some sort of animal.
Oh, it was the
markings.
gnolls.
You think? Oh, okay. I thought you said the gnolls were dead too. Like
They
like
are.
they both got attacked by something.
No, it was the
Okay.
battle.
Okay.
There was.
Battle.
All right. I was just more or less thinking it was our wolf friend. Okay.
Nope. There was a battle.
I take some Knoll blood.
Fuck you, gnolls.
Was Kelobar
Why?
one that Christian played?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
No, well, there's
Did we run this by
You
Christian
throw your
first?
eye up above the trees.
That's a
It
good
gets
point.
out up
Scared.
above the orchard, and
Christian
you're
is
looking
hopefully gonna
around,
come in as a
and you
regular
see
when I take him.
off
Got it.
to the
Okay.
north. There
I like
there
it.
seems
Goosebumps.
to be like a worn
So this
track
was the-
in the
This
snow
was the-
leading
Sign
north.
off.
It
Yeah,
goes
sign off.
well beyond the sight of how high you are, and so you know it's probably going to be a day's journey north
My
to
friends,
follow that trail.
I think I know where these tracks lead.
Where?
Up.
Where do these stairs go?
Up.
They go up.
Yep.
Did my
Back
speak
off,
with,
man.
Did
I'm
my
a
speak with plants
scientist.
give us any more?
Oh yeah.
So we can no longer help these orcs.
Is fondling a tree?
Oh, fondling a tree. That's right.
Meanwhile, he's over there sexually.
You are caressing the
assaulting
tree, getting down. Talk to me, friend. Well, I mean, how else are you concentrating? So that you just go over and you concentrate on the tree.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with, I just might look a little weird is all.
How are you going to explain that to an orphan?
What the fuck?
When no, it doesn't matter. So you're doing what you do to concentrate and speak with
Hippies.
plants. And basically what the plants tell you is they lay out do plants, I guess I don't know how much information you would get from
I think
plants.
plants would know like directions at least.
Well, that's what I say. I
Can
mean,
they count?
You can
Like how
question
many?
plants about events in the spells area within the past. So I did it within 30 feet there.
Okay.
So I'm not going to
Events
get
in the
everything,
area.
but within the past day, getting information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances.
Okay, so the plants, you get it starts vibing with you, and you get the feelings of there was a battle that took place here, which you're verified with your eyes, and then it tells you that they went north, and there were survivors that were taken with them with the gnolls when they left.
I relay that information.
So the gnolls have hostages.
The gnolls have meat.
Oh, well, that's not good.
And so,
Yeah, a bunch of throat meat.
right?
My favorite.
They needed to book it once they started losing their numbers, so
Okay.
they didn't take the dead
Okay.
orcs or their dead with them. Gnolls typically, I don't think it would be characteristic of a gnoll to carry off its dead anyway. I think they're a little too demonic for that. Maybe they would. I don't know. We've broken so many other of the D&D lore rules. I'm thinking that's one more that we can break.
I mean, nothing to say there couldn't be a
Havens.
group of orcs that, or gnolls that does do that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, not to say that you won't run into some that do.
There we go.
I've got an interesting faction of gnolls that I want you guys to run into, and it may happen soon. I didn't know if it was going to happen.
North.
Well,
We must
we
push
shall
on.
move on.
The Great North.
To the Great North.
Spraying all that metal in a blizzard cold at all, or like?
No, it isn't, Rose, because I'm not a pussy. Okay?
My nipples are like
Right,
diamonds.
that's what
over
he
here.
goes tink tink.
To North.
To
Yes, he
North.
pushes
North.
on. And he pushes on.
Yep.
All right.
True man. Right there.
All right, so Ogosh is gets up with you, or we'll just call her Hashi. Hashi gets up and she is furious.
What's
She
she armed with?
is. I would think like a double-headed or double-bladed axe.
Some kind of battle axe or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
That's my thought.
Okay. So she's not like running around with. She doesn't need anything. She's equipped enough to.
Right.
She planned accordingly.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the gash in oh gash?
You don't.
That's
You
her
never-
catch line now.
Right.
Gash, you know, gash. She has to scream that going into bed.
Right.
Time to leave. Am I being too disruptive?
No, it's
I
fine.
feel like I'm really
No, it's
trying to
great.
steer train on the right.
So I'm gonna like clink battle axes with her, you know.
And she is.
Is that what they call it
Orcs
these
don't
days?
cry, but you see, she's broken and she's pissed.
I bet orcs cry. in
It's well, I say
5.5.
it's not more. It's more tears of rage.
Okay.
It's literally
And
it's 2025, anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
I forgot what year it is.
Not here. This is
Yeah.
fantasy. This
It's
is
5.5.
It's
anything
205.
goes.
right.
To North.
And so she's ready to go. She's with you.
Is Dunord leading the way?
To North.
Do Nord.
Okay.
All right. So you lead the way. All right.
No,
you
North.
head
That's the place we're going to. North.
Nord. No, you're going north.
Oh, well, you were saying Nord. Is that?
I
how
thought
you
that
say
was
it?
your accent from the
So
city
did
you're
I.
from.
Well, I thought he said Nord. Okay.
He was saying
No,
north.
that's his
false.
accent. I like that.
All right.
Locker.
Locked on.
North.
All right.
To the north. All right, so you head north. You follow the tracks. They crusted over in the snow nicely, and there's not enough wind to fill them back in or anything. And so you can easily follow them. And yeah, there's quite a few. There are. I mean, it's probably a 5-foot.
Band of them.
Yeah, yeah. And so they're trampling down a lot of snow, and you follow them.
Yeah.
All the way until you come to another kind of knuckle of trees, and nestled in there is kind of like a canyon. It's not really like a box canyon because it's not that enclosed, but there's definitely a wall, like a cliff wall in this knuckle, and then there's trees that come out around it. But this is a makeshift knoll village there.
Okay.
It doesn't, I mean, it's very crude, it's very slapped together, but there's probably 50, 60, 70 knolls that are
Holy shit.
camped
That's a
there.
lot of no's.
So, and then you can start to
Can we call the Knoll Town Nord?
call it Nord. Welcome to Nord.
Okay.
Knolltown Nord. GNORD.
Nord.
Nord, yes, that's good.
Ah, yes, Gnord.
See? I told you.
I know what I'm doing.
Are we aware that Ruis is familiar with their god? Is that something we would know, or do we need to have a confab about it?
I think you would need to have a bit of a confab about
Okay.
it, but at this point, I'm gonna tell you, Hashi's probably not gonna have anything to do with the negotiation. Just saying. But given that there's 70 down there,
Yeah, that's-
you're gonna have to do a little bit of planning. So let's see here.
So they are down in a canyon. Nothing is up top of them.
Well,
So-
right. So let's say if this is kind of the center.
Okay.
Any explosives, dynamite?
I was thinking more like an avalanche. If we could,
Oh.
or a rock slide of some kind.
Thunderclap.
Thunderclap.
Yes, sir.
Thunderclap.
So it's not really. So you're not in mountains.
Right. Okay.
So it's not like there
Yeah,
would be
right.
I'm
avalanche
picturing-
snow.
No, I'm not thinking snow. I'm thinking more like a rock slide.
Like we
so more
make
like
a
the
small
Badlands,
snowball.
where you have a bunch of loose rocks or something. You can
Gotcha.
get coming down the edges of the
Gotcha.
canyon.
So you've
Would that
got
work, though?
probably
That's just sound
a
based.
grouping of
I mean,
I guess really
of
good.
tents and like fires. There's like several fires
Well,
throughout here,
isn't that how,
accommodating the
avalanche
population
start?
that's in
It's like
here.
something
And you
that's
guys
loud
are
enough
back a
to stir.
ways. Like let's say you're watching it
how
from.
far does it take it here from? Like 100 feet?
100 feet.
But I'm sure.
Say
it
you're
travels further
watching
than that.
from back a ways.
In,
Put you back.
in 3.
Okay. So we're here. We're approaching the canyon this direction.
So they haven't
Right.
seen us yet.
They have not seen you. You come across them here, and you're looking, and you're getting kind of a lay of the land. And I haven't designed the whole village yet.
70. Okay.
But if you want to work up, I'm gonna kind of design it based on how you guys would like to approach knolls. And so you see, actually, let's see. Whoa, that would have been 3. Oh, nope. Oh gosh, Hashi is looking around, and she's kind of milling about and trying to see if she can find like a paddock or something where they would be keeping the meat that they're waiting to butcher. They wouldn't kill it yet because they want it fresh, and so the survivors would still be around somewhere. But right now you don't see them.
Is she calm, or is she looking, and as soon as she thinks she's found it, she's gonna run?
I'm looking at
Don't know
Hurey,
yet.
and behind her back, I'm like, can we trust this?
Because I was gonna
Well,
ask if I could walk over to her and try to persuade her to be just let's take a breather, you know,
Okay.
let's calm down, because if you start running in there, you are gonna be with them too.
Mhm.
So persuasion.
Yep, make a persuasion.
Oh my god.
Oh, she just ran.
Yeah, I got a 1.
Oh.
She doesn't run, but she lets you know. She said, "If I see my kids, I'm getting my kids.
I back off. I was like
I will be getting my kids.
Tony Danza.
They already took my husband. I am not losing my children."
How did I do that? I had a good modifier.
I
too.
will. We're all grouped together.
Yes. Yep. You're all grouped
Okay.
back here, kind of peeking, and you see a patrol A patrol kind of comes out from behind this hillside here, and just kind of walks the mouth of the canyon.
How many
Say-
gnolls in the patrol?
There are. It's a 3.
Yep.
A 3 knoll patrol.
Cool. Sorry to cut you off, Dave.
No problem. I want to try and calm down Ogashi
Hashi?
as well. Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I assist with
I'll-
that roll?
I will be like, you know, I feel your pain, but you dying at the hands of these gnolls will not save your children any more than your husband could. We must do this together.
And then, Ekarab also, he puts his hand on his shoulder. Oh gosh, I don't know what you're going through right now, but
It's that one that gets to her, the city dweller.
Okay, well,
yeah,
I put my hand on
tugged
his
his
shoulder
heartstrings.
from
Yeah.
behind him and say, if you go in there, you're going to go on alone right now.
Right?
Well,
And she takes all of this in, and she takes it to heart, and she tries to center herself
There you go.
and get her. She just turns around and sits, and so you guys can continue
There
looking
you go.
around. You don't have to worry about Hashi.
Are those kids over there?
oh Jesus.
There we go.
What a dick!
There we go.
Wait,
Just kidding!
No, I ask her, do you remember anything from your children that would be an object, an ornament, something that would stand out, say something you could possibly draw or describe to me in such detail that I might be able to locate it?
My daughter carries a straw doll with her wherever she goes.
How big is this doll?
Oh, it's probably the size, maybe a little bit larger than my hand.
So you ever
And
seen
its
Like That
face?
Monster?
Buttons?
Face would be little sculpted oak bark.
And the dress or clothing, any specific color or made of the material?
It was a dyed indigo canvas.
Okay, I guess I try and locate object.
Okay.
It's a ritual. I'm going to take 10 minutes to do
Okay,
it, though.
so
So I go
use-
back down the mountain, and
Okay.
I try and focus on that intently.
Okay. So you go off and do that. That's going to take him 5 to 10 minutes
Technically,
to do.
that spell requires that I see the object, specifically see it. But I'm just throwing stuff out there. I'm trying to
Okay.
comfort her a little bit more, I guess. But
You think it's a long shot when you go and start, but you're hoping that it's enough then that you might get a ping or something.
okay.
I'm gonna start looking for any.
He finds out.
We're
Yes,
over
it
here
is
still?
over there.
What's that?
We're over here still.
You're
It's
like right
underneath
in.
the
Thinking
giant
on top.
boulder over
Okay.
I want to see if I can see any
Love it.
large areas of rocks, boulders, something above that we could. If anything stands out that I could use to push down below on that.
Oh,
Change the light cone. Pretty dark.
Change it to
Right.
that. Oh, that gets weird looking then.
Oh, the white does. You think?
Yeah, that's the one where it starts to
It's
change.
better than the green.
Is it really?
I thought so.
Okay. Green. It was should have been yellow. Was it
Looked
not
green.
yellow?
Looked kind of green.
No. Interesting.
Can't really see a lot of
Can fix it in post.
No, we can't.
it. No, we can't do that.
full
We don't do
digital color grading.
Right? We do not do post.
When do we have
And
the
maybe
full-
it's only when I'm standing, so
When you get the
maybe as long as I'm not standing,
Wilhelm
you're not going to see
scream.
that.
Foam's kind of dark, but I guess they are kind of dark.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
We need that big light for that thing.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Right there.
Touch that.
It's going to blind. If you want to
Turn it
turn it
on.
on. The only reason I don't turn that on is because it's in just a spot where all you'd see is it shining off my glasses, and that's aggravating.
You guys keep hearing the voice of JonYoo.
He is with us in this battle.
Right?
I can
This is
sense
crazy,
it.
I think I hear
This is
JonYoo
crazy.
editing something called a video.
I hear him say, "You guys are fucking up."
Did the sky just change color after we heard his voice?
That means that the gods are with us.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Charge!
Charge for Frodo! No, okay.
Not a sponsor.
While he's
Not a
while
sponsor.
he's doing that, what's our game plan?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go locate an object really quick.
Okay,
I'm gonna
you
go.
locate that on
Yeah, I
That's the
say
ritual.
Is that what they're calling?
I'm gonna do that also quick. After he
I
uses the restroom, I'm gonna do the same.
I think if we can find some way to
I say before I do that, yeah, you were making a check to see.
find some way to trap these gnolls in this canyon and then rain hell upon them.
On one side, this side is more cliff, and so maybe there's some shale or some loose rock that would crumble easily
Get
there.
started.
But for the most part, it looks pretty solid.
Is there any chance of negotiating with these things? Like, or how much of an enemy is the gnolls to the orcs? Like,
I've never known a gnoll to negotiate with anyone besides gnolls.
what if
And even then, it's more of a take what you want, winner take all.
they had to have heard of the infamous Hurey?
I doubt that.
Well, I was thinking that, one of us stand up and be like, hey, bring out your finest warrior, or else all 100 of us back here are going to come in there and kick your ass.
I was just gonna say I could also like draw him to a spot to like trap him somewhere like a.
They don't need to know how many we
Can
have.
how much do you know about gnoll culture? Is this something you could
Can I
could
pour-
pull off?
Can I pour?
I have a lot of persuasion.
Can I do a religion
bad.
roll to try and remember
Plus 8 modifier to persuasion.
what the default noble god is? Oh, he's busy. Why
Oh,
don't you-
sorry, you're asking the
No.
DM. The DM is completely distracted.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do what you gotta.
I was like, one of
I
these.
sent the DM a text so he would not be as distracted as me saying it, but it turns out.
Well
it
done.
worked out.
Well, I thought you guys were talking, and so I was
You
gonna.
need a big old whiteboard.
And that is something that I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
of doing, is having a whiteboard
I
back
got
there
a whiteboard.
to write notes on and stuff.
It's right here. This
There
what
it
I
is.
bought it
Okay.
Jeez.
for. I was thinking-
Problem solved.
I don't know where the marker is. Anymore.
I have two
Whoa,
markers.
that's half the battle.
We've got markers all over the place.
Oh,
Like there's a whole
dry
bucket
erase.
of
Just write-
markers.
just write
right-
a
There's a whole
dry
bucket of
erase.
markers
Yeah,
right
you
there.
can write on the
You
board
got 'em
now.
up there.
It was
Look
literally.
at your phone and read the text.
Right.
I
Well, I
just
didn't know
write
how to
applause
answer
on
that
it.
question back.
If that was me, I would.
Ting.
We never
Nice.
get anything.
Thank you, Piper. Very informative.
That is the shape of the camp.
Okay, you got the canyon. You got some
Yeah.
big boulders
I
on
noticed
the
there's
end.
no.
There's a
That's
yeah,
probably done on
bulbous
purpose.
down at one end, and then there's a
Gotcha.
shaft.
That was the nose guard on Hurry's helmet.
Okay, I see it. I see it.
Nice.
Mysterious voice off camera.
Right.
My friend made me this helmet. I cherish this helmet.
I don't know what
Is that what you keep
happened.
rubbing?
I have the urge to yell giggle.
All right. So quickly before I
He told
step
me it's
away for a
enchanted.
moment.
Yeah.
What was your question?
I want to roll a
Rabbit.
religion check to see if I can remember what the default null god is, and then I'm just gonna search it.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, you're gonna search it. Say I can
Yeah,
see
I'll
it.
search it.
Okay.
Well, you
I say
go.
I know it, but I don't know
Natty
how to.
20, baby!
Nice.
26 total. I know religion like a mother.
Nice. That's
I'm
pretty
gonna-
all right.
I don't know if this god.
It would
specifically
be the
applies to them.
same. It would be the same god that the basic lore god. I can't. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
I mean, with a roll like that, I basically
Yes,
just
you know Knowles,
like killed
but
their
you
god
also
with my
would
mind.
know there is no negotiating with a knoll,
I know.
and so
I mean, I have my own forms of negotiation.
that is an excellent point. And so he's concentrating. It dawns on him what? Oh, I know more about these knolls than
I remember everything.
yes. And so he can fill you in on knolls, and then I'll come back
And so what are we gonna
and we'll
do
see
with
what's
that
going on.
information?
Um,
That's great that you know it. How are we gonna use it?
so I remember Knowles quite specifically. I just have to briefly remember what I wanted to say about them, but yeah, so they're gods like Inogu. So gnolls were brought into this universe by their god, basically to cause chaos and disrupt the world, because it's like blood sacrifices and stuff like that.
Good for them.
They're fierce. They're hyenas. They have savage nature, and I know they don't typically negotiate, but with a knife to your throat, I imagine we might be able to make some leeway. They're tall. They're like 7 feet. Wow, I didn't know they were
Holy
that tall.
shit! I thought they were.
Right, a little bit shorter.
I
like,
thought they were like dwarfs almost.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're dealing with 77-foot tall monsters.
Mhm.
I remember fighting gnolls in the past. They are not pushovers.
They are driven by unending hunger and rage. They're brutal and relentless.
If I remember correctly, though, they are not the most intelligent of creatures.
That is true.
So if we can trap them somewhere,
Or fool them. Combine Ekrob's idea of a challenge with the idea that it may be their god.
Did you look up the god's name?
Yes, Demon Lord Yinogu. The majority of
Yinogu.
gnolls worship Yinogu, the Demon Lord of Butchery. Their ceaseless destruction and hunger are often seen as manifestation of Yinogu's desire to turn the world into a barren wasteland.
So with a well-timed thunderclap and some kind of illusion spell,
Potentially.
and Ekrob up here screaming, "I am," what's his name?
Yinogu.
"I am Yinogu!" You know? We'll
Might be able to
make
convince 'em.
these stupid
We're definitely gonna
gnolls-
draw their
We're
attention.
definitely gonna draw their attention.
My illusion spells don't really last that long as well, too. So if you're thinking about doing a grand speech or something like
We
that,
only need to do it long enough for you to say, "Come bow," or for him to say, "Come bow before me." They leave. They open up an opportunity to rescue. Bing, bang, boom,
and we GTO.
and we GTFO. That's right.
what happens if we pit them against each other? This is your Lord Yinogu. The strongest of you will ascend to the heavens.
The battle
Much
royale.
darker, Ruiz.
The
But
last
I like
one
it.
to live will be the victor.
Do they do that?
That's the.
I mean, I know the god says
He has
so,
to roll
but
70 times, so I say we do.
And they like combat. I mean,
Are they like the Klingons of the?
yeah, that's kind of how I picture
Yeah.
them. They're always ready for battle.
Right.
all right.
Only they're not as strategic and tactical. They're much more instinct driven.
I fling my cloak with the ears on it over top of Ekrob, so he's got more of the silhouette of an animal.
Okay, so Hashi's been overhearing all of this.
By being used.
And-
Yes, you
and
are.
She doesn't.
Butthole.
She doesn't. I mean, she likes the idea, but before you jump up over that ridge and kick off this idea, she stops you and she's like, "Where are they?"
That's what
Oh, yeah.
Bob was figuring.
I'm doing the ritual right now. I don't
Try
know
and
if that
find
was
a dog.
successful.
Okay,
So let's find that out.
So he's coming up with this idea and telling you about all of this while he's doing his ritual.
No, I did my ritual and I came back to the group.
So you
After
He handed
Located
me a
my-
book about gnolls, and
I
I've been
gotcha.
kind of flipping through it,
Gotcha.
putting a plan together. Luckily, he had his, God of Gnoll book with him.
right? Just so happened to have
Just
your
so happened to
yeah,
have this.
Yinogu, the man, the myth, the legend.
the great book of gods.
The more you know.
The more you know. Nice.
Do you got a thing you can give him?
I-
That was great.
That was great. Yes.
There you go.
We'll give you an extra D6 or something. Actually, take an extra D6. You can put a D6 aside and
How
use
much
that
gold do I
as
steal from her?
Extra damage.
right. You can use that as
All right.
as a save or hit or anything. That's a good idea. That's something to carry over from Scott. And so you do your ritual, and behind this hill, you get a sensation like
I
there's
don't
something.
tell her yet.
There's something back there.
Okay.
I tell, oh gosh, I can sense them, but I'm not sure where. But they are close.
They're alive.
Do I know?
You don't know.
Yes.
Well, you were just looking.
Terrified.
You were just looking for the doll, right?
Yeah.
So
The
that's
doll
what you're
is
sensing.
fine.
The doll is doing well.
I point that location out. Well, I guess you did.
Can you point that location out again? I didn't have the camera.
So they are in this area behind this hill here.
I'm glad he asked him to do that, not me. They're in this general area.
All right. Well, while I was in the woods,
Peeing.
taking care of business, I could have swore I heard that you guys were gonna throw me under the bus for something.
What's
Not
a bus?
Yeah, throw me under the horse.
We're going to use your stature and your dramatic nature, my friend,
Yes. Why, yes.
to our advantage.
Oh, yes. You like the way I look, right?
You'll look even better with this cloak on, sir.
Oh, good. All right.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
So, you're planning to do a deception?
Well, so what are we gonna pull them
Any
up over the
attention
hill,
Echo
or
gets,
are we
he's
gonna
gonna
have
eat it
them
up,
fight
so
against
it's
each
just
other?
like, oh, yeah.
That's a great
Right.
question.
We should probably, figure
Draw
it out
them
before
away.
we just YOLO this.
I have a feeling they're being guarded over here. So maybe the draw them away option would anyone guarding over here see and hear this presentation? Or is it just going to be the people in the
It would be just likely this area here, the main.
Oh, I should also mention too, I can't really project a voice. I can only
That's
just...
his job.
Yeah, I can only do illusions.
You just have to whisper to him what to say and take care of the flashy, like if it's an illusion spell, fire or meteors or, whatever they need to see to convince them that this is a god figure. And then you do your thunderclap and it,
I was going to
rains
project
down on
the
them.
image of the god, Goo. Because I know exactly what
Oh.
it looks like. So it was like standing on the mount, talking to his disciples.
Okay.
Except,
Perfect.
Then
you can help rescue, Ekrub.
So what is my part in this now?
Rescue. So we could go
So you're not
and try
using
to...
my body anymore?
Oh, we're going to use your body. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
So we could sneak down around.
I could definitely do distraction,
if
yeah.
you do the distraction.
I'll do the distract.
Okay.
I'll start prepping my
Will
my
you need?
spiel.
Will you need my thunderclap and only to stay with you, or can I go with them?
Perhaps your thunderclap could...
It's like
Does it
100
push
foot
people, and
radius.
it pushes
so.
people away.
Well, I would assume I'd be able to, in this case, control it a little bit.
So
Guess
you
I
could
don't know
do
that.
you could do crowd control if they got a little crazy coming towards the illusion and Ruis.
Well, yeah, and I guess this is just heard 100 feet away. So I assume it just makes them, cover their ears.
Either way, like
Thunderclap.
some kind of, if they start to doubt it, some kind of boom,
Okay.
rains down.
Then I will need to.
Helps convince them.
I'll need a signal for when to do that.
Yes.
I would say if
if
their attention starts floundering, if they
That's when we do it.
if they start to whatever, I don't believe this. That's when an attention getter to help convince them this is not fake, or this is real.
I wish you were not wish, because Ruis is great, but I say I wish you were the wizard, because the Wizard of Roz would be a great title for this episode,
Oh well.
right?
Multi-class.
This time will come.
So if he's doing that, I assume that I'll be walking with you guys, and then if all of a sudden I hear the phrase or whatever, it's like, oh, you will listen to me.
And then you do it
And
towards
then
them.
Yeah.
So
with-
you're still going to go with us to help rescue.
Yeah.
But
that
keep an
way.
eye on the situation.
The idea being that we can still hear what he's projecting out, and then as soon as he says something that says, "Oh, do your thing," then
Does Thunderclap
Okay.
bitch slap somebody or?
no, it just makes a big loud boom.
Oh,
within-
okay.
It doesn't concuss or anything?
That's what I was.
I guess you have to. Whoever I'm aiming for, which would be the group,
Mm-hmm.
would have to do a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 thunder damage.
Okay.
But it doesn't specify.
Well,
that
you
it
can
does.
you can just do it out in the field or something. You don't have to aim towards them.
Well, I think it's just 100 feet around.
So this would be the DM table talking, and maybe I shouldn't. I would do it at the group, because the more you can show the illusion, the more you can sell the illusion and make
Right.
it seem physical,
That's true. Okay.
Yeah,
the more they're going to believe this is actually their god.
Fuck yeah, you can.
that's what I'm thinking.
100 feet, you can damage all these people.
Mhm.
Hell yes. Hopefully, there's no babies in there.
So as
It's
you
not on my
are
conscience. He's the one faking him out.
as you are watching and you're seeing what's going on, you look through the camp and you're starting to look at the camp a little closer, and maybe we should wait for Hurry to get back. But you see meat roasting on spits, and it looks very much like orc legs or arms.
What
or
size? Like adult or?
Adult.
Okay.
They are.
We should hurry then.
God damn it. That was funny.
I'm researching.
Fucking nerd.
Do we need to give
Learn
you a
about
D6
gods.
also for that?
Well, that's up to you.
Right? If we're handing them out, I need to start making it a habit. So sure, set aside a D6 for a good comment. Then we should hurry. Yuck, 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 yuck. So they looked around and they are seeing adult-sized orc haunches roasting over a couple of the fire pits. And so you know there are definitely a couple that aren't coming home.
Let's get on with our plan. We have to hurry.
D6.
And don't call me Hurry.
And don't call me Hurry.
I, ready my axe in anticipation.
Ruis, what is my
I feel my.
what is
rage
my
coming on.
cue for having hit the thunderclap?
I guess if shit just turns south. I don't know. If they start like rising up and actively coming towards me, I just need like a show of force or something like that. If stuff starts to go south.
Right. So hopefully you can see it, and then I just.
So what would you yell, or what
I
would
guess
you...
I'm gonna command them all to like kneel,
Okay.
just to like test the waters first of all.
Perfect.
If they're not really digging that, then maybe we gotta.
All I'm saying is
Incentivize?
I don't think as the god project that you should go, Roz, do your thunderclap now. I think that might give it away.
Cue sound effects.
I was gonna say just say something like you will listen to me or something like that.
Do not
Be
make,
still.
Do not make me call the thunder down on you.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. You will know. You will know. when the
Okay,
time is.
okay. I'm gonna trust in his word then.
Okay.
I'm about the only one here. Yeah.
So these two are discussing what they're going to do while Hashi and Hurry and Ekrub are getting ready to skirt along. You guys
Serpentine.
get over, yep, Serpentine Ricket, and is that what it is? Rickus. What's the,
Cricket?
no, the youngest Stark? Wasn't it?
Recon? I don't remember.
Rickon, yeah,
Is it? I've
yeah,
only seen it
Rickon,
once.
yeah. Nope, that's what it was. That's what Rickus or whatever made me think of that. And so you come
I know
around
that.
here and you see like a very shoddy pen set up, and there are 6 orcs in there, and 2 of them are children.
Okay. In a cage, right?
In like
pen kind
a
of thing.
pen. Yep, a
Okay.
cage
No.
pen. They can't crawl out the
Okay.
top.
So
it's
it is
enclosed.
caged, okay.
Yep. They're dumb,
What's
but
it
they're
made of?
just
Wood?
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
But it's guarded, and there
many?
are 4.
4 gnolls. Okay.
4 fierce-looking gnolls, but fierce but hungry. They don't look like they eat very well. I
Okay.
mean, none of them look like they eat very well. They are kind of this last year of being pushed out of their home and not knowing their hunting grounds has left them in a pretty bad state.
And this is completely out of view of everything these guys are seeing. Like, they would not be aware of what's happening.
Right. This is like a 60-foot cliff.
Okay. So,
And so there's like a little way that you can. This is almost the box canyon, but there's no canyon on the other side,
okay.
or there's no wall on the other side. There's.
I wonder if we charged down the 4 of us. No, 3 of us. Sorry,
Yep.
3 of us. if we would gain. Oh, you're with us too, aren't you? Right? But how are you going to?
He's
do the
over
thunder?
here.
No, I'm
You're
over
staying-
there. Yep,
You did
I'm
stay
staying.
here.
I am
Okay, you
staying
did stay
there.
here. I
Yep.
thought you were going to come with us. Okay.
You should
We-
probably go with them.
You think so?
I don't know. Can you do your?
I can
It's
do
like
my
your-
thunderclap anywhere. but-
Yeah. Is your thunderclap gonna like draw the attention to you, or I could probably try and draw them back after it happens? But because if anything goes wrong, you're probably aware I like to run away from things. So
Well,
probably
so
gonna leave you
I'm
alone.
going to be doing it like directionally charged. So the idea being that if they can't see me, but I can, hit them with a blast of some sort, and they're like, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" It kind of added the illusion more, is my thought.
I guess you could always aim it like straight up or something like that, Or
No, I really think he's onto something. If you damage them, actually aim it.
I'm
at
gonna
them.
try and like talk them into following
Then
me.
they're gonna be like, whoa. Okay.
If they get pissed off,
Yeah.
then I'm just gonna like try and lure them towards me. So you guys like basically cover a distraction. So I'm trying to set it up like we have multiple avenues. So
So I'm gonna we'll be going and hiding over here, but I'll be able to still just oh, I need to do that.
And then, you will be able to.
I'll yell out now in the loud booming voice of a god.
That'll
I
work.
guess that'll be my turn.
And then when we hit them, if it hurts them, well, it will. If they get more violent and they start rushing towards that figure, that's when you can use your zip zap or whatever the fuck. Blink. Yeah.
Is there anything?
I'm
missing
already
there?
back.
This
I'll
is
already
just
be back
as
at
a
Claycombe.
booby trap or-
Yep. So we got. I think this is a good
Environmental
plan. There's
hazard.
no way this can.
Not,
Process.
not
There's
really.
nothing down
It's,
there.
no.
There wasn't.
There
until
might be
you
a
said
couple of
that.
felled trees back there.
This is foolproof.
But nothing really that you can use to tumble down, or nothing that's obvious.
Okay.
Nothing that you could utilize quickly.
Okay.
All right.
And I picture these trees and these knuckles. I mean, there's some fresh ones, but I also picture some huge, 100-year-old. I guess I don't know if cottonwoods. Do cottonwoods live to be?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I thought they.
Think about the
100 years they
cottonwoods,
both
like
fell over.
at Lewis and Clark Lake or something.
Okay.
Those things are massive.
Right, and those are kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of
Okay.
a plains tree. Oaks that would be huge. Not redwoods or sequoias. Not that type of tree. But I mean, there's
40,
some
50
big.
feet.
Right. Because initially, I mean, the first thing I'm thinking of hiding behind is Leia and Wicket hiding behind that big felled tree. But that thing is huge.
Yeah, I was. That's
And
kind of
so-
where this inspiration came from. Is 3PO on the chair,
Right? Right?
Okay.
All right.
So he does his thing. Do we want to rush in, or do we want to?
Do we kind of
We
just?
want to be a little more quiet about
do you
it.
want to try and see how as far as you can get before I start doing my thing?
Let's get
It
up.
sounds like they're not going to be aware of your thing, so we will still be able to continue sneaking down. It sounds like your thing is happening here, our thing's happening back here, and the.
Did you
gnolls
want me
aren't
to
gonna
draw them
know.
out of potentially over there first?
I don't think they're going to be aware of what's going on.
No, yeah. This,
That's what,
Right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might hear the thunderclap.
but they're not going to hear your whole show. So we could sneak down.
How many of
Well,
them over here?
4.
4? Okay.
yeah.
So we could sneak down while he does his thing
Yep.
and try and do the old sliceroo if that goes wrong.
Yeah, while
We start
while he's
swinging.
doing his projections, because we don't want them to be able to scream and get any attention.
I'm okay with stealth.
Let's do it.
We want to be able to, not get caught.
All right.
Let's do this.
So, stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh, because of my plate
Uh
armor.
huh.
Absurd.
And
What's okay? So, how do I do a check with disadvantage? I roll it twice
Yeah.
and then just the lowest.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess I'll have to roll 2 20s.
Again.
right.
Oh, I'm looking at my.
If that happens, he just automatically gets all 4 of them on
And
his
then,
I
are
have
you
a-
stealthing back
I have
here?
the
You-
fail graphic loaded. Ready to roll.
This might be bad, gentlemen. Okay.
Yeah, I will stealth because I'm with these guys.
Uh-oh.
Fail.
7. That's my low. so
Yeah, I don't
far.
think you're gonna get.
I'm fucked already.
Yeah.
So yeah, that 16 doesn't do.
No.
nothing.
Yeah. So you are unable to stealth. So you are not as quiet. But given the, the snow dampens enough of the noise that you can't approach the pen. But
Any of us?
the silenced.
Okay.
So, and
I guess I'll just hang out.
Liska also, or not Liska.
Got some ranged weapons you could rain down?
Well, I can, if it arises where you are in trouble, I will run your way. Because he will have the attention of all of them guys. They won't know. And then if you guys are in trouble, then it don't matter if I'm loud, right?
Right. I would.
I
Yeah,
got an
I would agree with
18.
that.
But I will sit there. I do have a bow, but I mean, I'm much more proficient with
Yep.
my great axe.
Rather swing.
So yeah, you are nice and quiet, and same with Hashi. She's nice and quiet, and we will put which we use as the pen.
These are.
I went. I stealth.
You want one of the cages off of the...
What were those days you were
Okay.
losing?
Oh.
These are
Maybe,
those ones that
yeah.
I rolled 2 dice, 20 in a row.
Gesundheit.
These were
It's probably going to be
these
2
were
of those.
furries. Lucky dice. Not Echo.
Different universe.
Furry's lucky dice. are not Echo.
Universe.
I think that would be perfect.
Back here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
They're
click.
a laser cage.
How does that look, Pipe?
See if this little bad boy gives you any luck. Maybe we gotta bring it back.
Well, from the top down, I can see it, but I can't see it.
What if I do this?
I'm guessing we're not going to get to that one tonight.
Better.
So from the top down, I can see it.
Okay.
Back to my regular
So
dice.
I will throw.
if I do-
Let's get some
Okay, better.
This.
knolls in place over there. Also,
20?
I thought I had some painted.
Here's one.
There's one in here.
I got it. Oof.
There's one. I need one more.
I actually like those better than what I've been drinking on air.
I can't believe you haven't. Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I can't believe you haven't tried these things.
I should have. I
How you
thought I
doing?
had another one like
Iffy?
that that was painted.
Thank you.
Maybe I don't. You can always use my favorite placeholder.
Placeholder. Damn near killed it.
Another 6 dice for you.
Yay!
I remember when I played, I had to earn all my points, but giving points away around here.
Where'd that voice come from?
I had to earn all my points. With all both of you,
I didn't get no free dice.
Back in my day.
you and LuneSpin did plenty of
We
damage.
walked up
my
every
friend.
battle, uphill, barefoot.
Both ways, right?
Both ways.
Through the snow.
Literally, up, yeah, through the
Through the
snow.
snow.
So there are 4 guarding the pen. And then there are the rest of the village is just milling about over here doing their thing. You guys have snuck up over here, and we've got 2 stealthies making their way around.
Alright, this is.
So we've got 2 stealthies making their way around this way. At least that's the way Hashi is going, is coming around here and going to sneak from the trees. She tells you, you got the big one. And
You take the big guy.
so,
I'll take the big guy.
Rules like that.
and then we've got Ekrub over here waiting for basically the signal. And we've got Ruis and Raziel over here ready to start the
I can run.
start the distraction.
I cast Major Image.
And that is where we will stop. And we will start the battle next session.
Well, you know there'll be a battle.
we'll see
We're
how
gonna
it
deceive
goes.
these guys.
We'll see. You don't know if you will or not.
It sounds like we're fighting next time.
And so we'll see how we'll initiate it next time. I'm afraid if there does become a battle and it's already almost 9, that we aren't getting out of here. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And
17
and
almost said-
that was the
20 minutes.
message that Piper sent. What he's got a hard stop, and so I don't want to
Oh, that's
push it
good.
too
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Yep. No,
Honestly,
that's
just
perfect,
assume
man.
that my thunderclap
That was
is
good.
gonna smack them all and kill them.
So-
And that'll give me enough time to reset this
Oh, that was
and
a
get
lot
an
of-
actual battlefield
Oh,
set.
before those guys take off, I say, welcome back, brother.
So I need you to learn rain howl or something like that before next week.
Yeah, like an ACDC
Brush
song.
up on that.
Nice.
Oh, fuck it.
Ooh,
And so
I'm gonna have like the loot version of Thunderstruck going in the back of my brain. Like,
I was actually
That's
playing
fantastic.
before I got here today.
You got to play it when we start.
I was actually
rushing
playing
in.
some
Yeah,
Thunderstruck
absolutely.
before I came here today.
Is that right?